Have you ever tried to journal, but it just didn't quite work? You thought you could just take this piece of paper, you could write a bunch of words on it, and then magically your thoughts would just disappear, or you would start to feel better. If you're wanting to experience clarity or have some type of resolve, there's a few other things that we have to do, and I want to talk about that today. So the first thing I want to talk about is the method that we're going to journal. What I like to do is use a timer, something like this. Arguably, you could use your phone or a clock or something else. For me, I like the aesthetics of having this timer. It goes off. I know when to stop writing. If I use my phone, I can easily get distracted. And the most important thing for this process is to set aside all distractions. You've got family, friends, or somebody that could step in on you. Lock the door, hide somewhere, get in the cupboard. Whatever you got to do to eliminate as many distractions as possible. And what we're going to do is something I call a brain dump method. All we're going to do is get our thoughts out of our head onto a piece of paper. And I say this all the time. Our brains are great for processing information, not so much at storing it. So think of your journal as like a storage unit, and your brain is the computer that's going to process what all's going on inside of that storage unit. That's it. It literally does not matter what you write. You could be writing about the donut that you ate yesterday. You could be writing about how the grass is green and the sky is blue, but just keep writing, because I promise you stuff is going to come out, stuff that you don't even think about, especially if it's things that you don't really know what's bothering you. The more you write, the more likely you are to get to that. And write for about 5 or 10 minutes. If it takes you longer, excellent. If you figure out what it is pretty quickly, that's great too. Because what we're doing here, we're essentially creating a word search page to prepare us for step number 2. And step number 2 is where a lot of us fail at journaling, and this is why it doesn't work, especially if you're writing about the same stuff every day. Like, I don't like my job, I wish I could work out. If you just keep doing that over and over again, it's because you haven't processed it. So that's where we're all missing out. So take the word search that you just created by brain dumping all these thoughts onto a piece of paper, and look for key themes or words. More specifically, try to find a sentence or two that really describes something that you want to work on. So this could be anything like, I really want to do a career change. I really want to start working out because I'm unhappy with the way that I look or the way that I feel. It doesn't matter. Whatever your use case specific thing is, pull that out, extract it from the text, and you can highlight that. You can circle it with a red pen like your 3rd grade English teacher, or you can just underline it. But the important thing is to find that thing and then write it down below the entry that you just made. Because what we have to do now, the third and almost final step, is to take that and then start writing about that. All of a sudden, this thing becomes your prompt. And I want you to dissect this like you are a detective trying to figure out some kind of secretive case. Ask all the right questions. Why is this bothering me? How long has this been bothering me? How does this affect me? What can I do about it? Just all the big questions you can ask, and write all that down. Try to hit this thing from every single angle, like you are interrogating someone that did something bad. And in this case, it's a thought that is bothering you, that's troubling you. So technically, it is something that did something bad, but you're trying to get to the bottom of it. Now, that is step 3. The final step of this whole process is to take what you just learned and determine if there's any actionable steps that you need to take to make this go away. Because, you know, we've been able to write and figure out what's going on. Now we got to figure out how to get rid of it. So think of, at this point, you're like a doctor, you know? You have found out the diagnosis. You know exactly what is wrong, but what steps are you going to take to treat that problem? For example, if you're low on energy, and again, I'm not a doctor, so just take this with a grain of salt, but if you're very low on energy and you don't go outside a lot of times, chances are your vitamin D levels are pretty low. And you might need to take vitamin supplements to make those vitamin D levels come back up. But what can you do to improve the situation? Because what is going to happen is if you don't fix the problem, the thought won't go away and it's going to end up right back up here. And you're just going to keep thinking about it. And you're going to keep writing about it. And then you're going to have to do this exercise again and again. So just do it. So if you've ever struggled with journaling, this could possibly be one of the main reasons why it hasn't worked out for you. So give this a try the next time that you are going through a rough spout. Don't just write about that spout if you know about it or from this different angle. Think about all the different questions you can ask and what actionable steps can you take to overcome it. And then you actually got to do the steps. Don't just write the steps down in your journal and think that it's just going to go away, and if you just ignore it, that's not the case. Trust me, I know this firsthand. But no matter where you are in your journaling journey right now, I wish you the best. And as always, I've got to find a new ending because create something new today just doesn't always work. We'll think about that one.